Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Captain Chandler with your police department and Justin Beasley, your city public information officer. We just wanted to take a moment today to come to you live to talk about our city response and progress related to the early Saturday morning tornado that went through our community. So I'm grateful to have Justin here. He's going to go into a lot of good information from our fire department, from our city response and public works teams, and other stuff that he has. And then I'm going to talk about our police response and a little bit of details on the storm that came through Mount Juliet. So Justin, I'll let you get started. I hope you had a good day. I know we've been busy. I've been out through the tornado areas and you've had some meetings, but thank you for joining.
Have you been there this morning? Latest we saw yesterday, about 7 homes that have been damaged structurally.
Mhm.
That could probably be in the double digits once Mark Kirk and his guys get out there. Still about 60 to 80 homes that we're thinking impacted all together at this point. That number is a little bit higher as far as Wilson County is concerned. Those areas include Willoughby Station, Mount Vernon, Chandler Point, Eagle Trace, and we saw Nighthawk Lane a little more Sunday than we did Saturday. You can actually see where the tornado started in a creek in a backyard. And thank God it only went through backyards, like kind of the middle median of
Mhm.
backyards coming together. You can see that. We even visited one residence that it had a koi pond
Wow.
and nothing was damaged, but all the water was taken out. I mean, the trees were damaged,
Mhm.
nothing structurally, but the water just evaporated,
Wow.
killed some of the fish. So you can just see. I mean, we're learning more about tornadoes the more they happen, but it's just a weird, system that came through that, as we has confirmed, is an EF1. That's 105 mile per hour wind. So
Mhm.
it definitely did a lot of damage in Mount Juliet. We was set up command Saturday and Sunday. We had Rehab 23. We also had MO Rose with us on Sunday. They handed out more than 300 free burgers and fries, really helping out the community in Willoughby Station, which is where the majority of the damage happened. I
Right.
know Saturday power was restored fairly quick in the area before it got dark, which Middle Tennessee Electric did a fantastic job. A ton of roofers were out there on Saturday and Sunday as well, doing a lot of work. You can still see a lot of debris at the front of yards, but people are doing a good job. And we've shared it on the City of Mount Juliet Facebook page of making sure there's one pile that you can burn, one pile that you cannot. We've put that again on the City of Mount Juliet Facebook page. Will serve as a reminder today, a little bit later. But we'll also have public works out there today to make
Mhm.
sure people make sure they're getting that off the front and helping us as much as they can. I imagine that will be the top priority for them, especially this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I drove through the area yesterday afternoon as well and was just shocked to see the progress that we've seen. And we saw this with the March 3rd tornado that our community just bands together and starts helping each other. And that's again what's happened during this event that we had. And the piles are there. I drove through again this afternoon just before getting to the office today for this live update, and everyone's overall doing pretty good. We've assisted one family with housing, connected them with Recover Wilson, who is here to help our community. We want to let everyone know if there is some type of need that you have that you cannot meet, then just reach out to me at the police department and I will work on getting you to those resources to help you make your life a little bit better than what it is now after that tornado hits your home. And we're just wanting to get that message out that there is resources available since this was a smaller scale incident. There's no need for the community wide cleanup. A lot of that's already been done. There's not a great need for door to door checking on folks for resources because, again, all the structures are still there. There wasn't any full collapse. And our teams continue to work. Public Works is out and about working to clean up those piles. Everyone's doing pretty good. They're putting the vegetative greenery, trees, and bushes in one pile, and then the trash debris, the metals, the plastics in another pile, which helps our crews select it and get it cleaned up a lot faster. It's interesting, Justin. Here's a screen of the details on our tornado, which was a EF1, like you said, 105 mile per hour peak. It was 100 yards wide and traveled 7.6 miles. But also this morning, they confirmed another tornado in our area in Wilson County on the north end of the county, in the Saundersville Road area, which will be the second tornado in our county that day confirmed so far. And that had a max, it was also EF1 with max of 95-mile-per-hour winds. They're calling that one the Hendersonville tornado because it was kind of along the lake and it hit parts of Hendersonville and then it bounced back to parts of the Old Hickory Saundersville Road area. So it seems interesting that we're having all these tornadoes lately. I don't know the science behind it, but we're prepared as a city as best we can be. We would love to have emergency services a bit more protected, and we're working on that with a police building plan and working on getting our dispatch and operations center in a secure tornado resistant structure. That's just a process that's continuing. We actually have bid openings tomorrow with our construction manager selection. So we'll see how that goes, and just hoping for the best and the continued support for our community, for our public safety, to be in a secure environment, because right now we don't have that for our emergency operations. And we're just praying that a tornado doesn't hit our facilities, because it would be devastating to everyone in our response. Yeah. One thing I wanted to mention, Justin, was just watch out for scams. This is an opportunity for people who want to hurt those who are suffering, because it's easy to, because when people are suffering, they're more, I guess, lax in a way on their decision making, and they make poor decisions with selections of contractors and different things. So, here's some tips from the state comptroller's office, and they say, don't fall for high pressure sales tactics. Urgency is a red flag. Be wary of unknown out-of-state phone numbers that are calling. Before hiring a contractor, you can verify their licensing, and you can go to verify.tn.gov to be sure they are a licensed contractor. And then, of course, the charity aspect of it. There's a lot of copycat name charities out there that try to take advantage of a popular name to get people to donate to. Folks out there who are, accepting cash-only donations is a red flag. You want to make checks payable to the charitable organization that's actually out there, not an individual themselves collecting. And of course, if a caller refuses to disclose the organization's mission or how the money will be used, a red flag. And lack of proof that the contribution will be tax deductible is a red flag. So just be careful out there. We have a lot of officers patrolling the damaged areas looking for suspicious activity. They may not see everything, and we want folks to report to us if they do see something suspicious. Is give us a call so we can go out that way and immediately investigate it, determine if it's legit or not. Our public is just a great help in reporting that stuff to us.
Yeah, and I know most people have assessed their damage and treated it as much as they can before the insurance comes, but we also put a notice out on Saturday morning, and it's worth revisiting today, that, for any repair personnel working on your home, it's very important that you see a license, insurance, and workman's comp, because anything that happens at your house on your property, if it goes awry, you're held liable for it if that is not a company that is reputable or one that you can trust. So you want to make sure that you're on the up and up. A lot of people might not know that information, and if we can help just one or two households, we'll do that. I know we met a couple yesterday that said their neighbor was out of town in Houston. They had not come back to their house. So if you're in that situation, or somebody in that situation, please share that information to them, because it's all valuable. And where there's good being done, as we know, there can be bad done as well. And that information is heady advice for anybody in any situation.
Sure. You want to talk a little bit about the parade time change?
Yeah, parade time is at 3:00 this Saturday. We made that decision after careful consideration and prayer, just to make sure that we can keep those cash registers open on North Mount Juliet Road, even if it's for a couple more hours. That's a big deal, especially the Saturday before Christmas for small businesses. We'll have the parade staging from 12 to 2. It's the same timeline as far as how many hours before the parade. Float judging will be that 15-minute period from 2 to 2:15. Moment of silence as well for Rowan, and also the road closures begin at 2:45 as well. Getting a lot of questions about when road closures will stop. That is whenever the parade stops. Of course, the parade could be different than what it was originally. I know the Parks Board has been working very hard to call everybody to update them about the time, see if they're still committed to it, because people have plans the week before Christmas. But I think we're still going to have a fantastic parade. Shiloh Baptist talked with Pastor Chuck Workman today. We're going to have his event. His event's going to get more people than they were originally, because if you think about it, if we had the parade, I think we moved it back to noon.
Mhm.
That ends. People maybe go home. Hopefully, they went home and shopped if we did have it then, and maybe come back for the Christmas lighting. Well, once the Christmas parade ends, when it goes down West Division, we'll be able to start the tree lighting ceremony soon after. We're going to have some singing with a couple of choir members out there. They're also going to be able to have food trucks, ornament decorating, Christmas tree decorating. The tree's going up tomorrow because it's been on its side from the winds. But you're going to have more people at the Christmas tree lighting than maybe originally. So that could be certainly a blessing in disguise for everybody that comes. And instead of going to your car on North Mount Juliet Road, just head down towards the clock tower and allow us to enjoy what Shiloh Baptist Church is doing with the city of Mount Juliet and the Christmas tree lighting. So yeah, hopefully we have another good one at 3 o'clock, and hopefully weather permits this time.
Yeah, hopefully it all works out for us, and it's going to be a beautiful parade. I know a lot of kids are looking forward to it. When we've been out to the different impacted areas, the kids that were out helping clean up and different things that worked hard on floats, they were looking forward to that parade. So it's nice to see that the city is able to make that happen again. And we, of course, as a police department, will have all of our officers out and about helping with traffic. And like it mentioned, we plan on closing the road at 2:45, and of course, it kind of reopens in stages. Lebanon Road will open faster than Mount Juliet Road, but as the back of the parade crosses those different intersections, those intersections open back up for traffic. And it's our goal that the parade is definitely going to be done by dark. Of course, it's going to start to get dark towards the end, and we just want everyone to be careful, be mindful of pedestrians and kids on floats and different things. And I know Rocky, who is our parks director, has been meeting with all the float drivers who is responsible for the safety on their float and ensuring there's adequate safety, adequate railings on those floats to ensure it's just a safe parade overall.
They had 2 meetings last Thursday night and Friday night to go over. I was there Thursday. The room was packed full. People were getting their bracelets. I imagine if you attended that meeting, you're good. You bring that same material. Also, your bios for Wilson County TV to read over. I assume they're still doing the parade. We'll find out that more information as the week goes by. But as anybody that's coming with your float, just still be prepared to do that. And you mentioned still being able to do the parade for the kids. I do want to reiterate, the city's main focus Saturday were the victims that were impacted from the tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
We also made a post on Saturday to say, hey, we're going to reschedule it for next week. In no way were we being insensitive. We had a ton of posts throughout the day saying, hey, here's what we're going to do surrounding everybody that's impacted, updating everybody with information. But we gathered that poll of, hey, we still want a Christmas parade from those that were impacted in those areas. They still wanted something to look forward to, and all the people that have worked hard. So I like to say we got the best of both worlds. We got to care for our people in the city of Mount Juliet in those impacted areas. And also next week, we get to have a parade so close to Christmas, which hopefully can bring some joy to people that were impacted, something still to look forward to this Christmas season.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it Saturday. And folks that are watching, Justin and I are here to take any questions that you may have about something. So if you have a question, type those in the comments, and we're going to scroll through and see if there's something that we could answer and help you there. And there's a comment here. Debbie's just saying Cobblestone Landing sustained some damage too. And yes, Debbie, we are aware of that. Thankfully, Cobblestone's damage wasn't as near as Chandler Point or Willoughby Station. So we're just, when we say different neighborhood names, we're trying to give general area of damage. And then Donald was just saying on Jefferson Drive, he has a 300-foot long, 10-foot high pile at his home on Jefferson Drive, and he hopes someone gets it soon. And Donald, just know they're out and about working now in what they call those grapple trucks. And I'm sure they'll head that way the next couple of days to get that cleaned up for you.
Yeah, that's going to be top priority. And the grapple truck was out there. I think I took a video Saturday before afternoon. They were out getting it. We've done a feature on it since I've been here for 3 months, and those guys certainly work hard. It's almost a one-man crew with how easily they get it done. But we have the infrastructure since March of 2020 with the trucks to streamline that process even quicker. So, Donald, they're going to get to you quicker today than they were even 2 years ago. So that's good news as far as an efficient operation here at the city, specifically with Andy Barlow and Public Works.
Yep, absolutely. Question from Rachel. Just how long do we expect the parade to last? And Rachel, this is a true just estimate, but likely an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes. We do expect less floats with the different changes in the times that we've had, which is understandable because when we announced the parade originally and the time that it started, you can make plans around it. And people have made plans since then for Saturday, December 18th. So we do expect a little bit less floats, but we also expect it to be done within an hour, 15 to hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, and the job is to entertain whoever comes, regardless of how many show up. We're
Right.
going to have a good time regardless. Just know that that was the estimate for 80 floats. So if we see half of that, and Rocky Lee and his team can control the pace of how quick you need to go or how fast you need to go. So just know it's going to be over before it gets dark because we have a tree to light, and we want to also keep those safety measures in place to make sure that we're not having a parade in the dark where floats aren't prepared to be in the dark.
Sure. Absolutely. But yeah, if you have questions, just type that in and we'll be glad to get to it. Justin, is there anything we are missing with the information we want to give to our community?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah.
I spoke with the media the other day on Saturday, and it just dawned on me that we had so many people pray for the city of Mount Juliet
Right.
in March of 2020 when we were one of the most impacted areas. I guess now, if you have faith or if you're a believer, now is our time to pray for those in West Kentucky because there's significant damage in Mayfield. They're still in the elementary elements of trying to find people before they can clean up, before they can help get resources. They're trying to find people. So just pray that those people are found and hopefully alive, and that the Lord looks over those families that are impacted because Captain Chandler, you know all too well what that's like being down there in ground zero.
Yeah, absolutely. The images that we see from Mayfield, from Bowling Green, and from Kingston Springs, Tennessee, that were hit by these larger tornadoes in our community, it just pulls at your heartstrings and your prayers and just go out to those families and possible victims who could still be alive, right? And just hoping and praying that they'll be recovered quickly and that there'll be more lives, hopefully, saved through their efforts and ongoing efforts. And the news coverage on every news channel you turn to, they're talking about the rescue efforts that are underway, and Godspeed to all those rescuers.
Absolutely, couldn't say that anymore. But right now, again, I know somebody asked if there's cleanup that they could help with. Once again, that is, we're fortunate, self-contained in those neighborhoods. A lot of people in Willoughby Station were walking around trying to find ways to help, and hopefully that can continue. There's no more damage to really help, but keep that spirit because it'll come in hand one day. As we say, hashtag Mount Juliet strong. We're seeing that once again, Captain.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It's pretty humbling, and it warms your heart too when you see the community pulling together for each other. That's exactly what a community should do, is take care of each other. And that's why I like the sign behind me, "We rise by lifting others," right? And I truly see that in Mount Juliet every day when others are helping others, and we all just rise together to a better community overall. And that's where it's important to be kind to everyone you come across. You don't know what day someone may be having. Your kindness may go so far if you're just kind and nice to them. And just like the kindness where neighbors went over to help their neighbors clean up, their downed fences or board up their home or hang tarps on their home, that goes a really, really long way. And just helping the family today get housing in a hotel through Recover Wilson. We're just awesome to see that it's nice that Mount Juliet has those resources available. Regina Girton, who heads up that Recover Wilson, and Providence Church, who helps out tremendously in that effort, immediately went to help this family and ensure they had a nice place to stay while they work out the different details with insurance and their home getting repaired.
Don't be afraid to ask for help in this situation if you need it. we've all been there and we all understand it, and disaster strikes, and that's why we have, our city officials that are there for each other, and make sure we have this foundation, because it doesn't exist everywhere, but we want to make sure that people know that those are available here in the city.
Yeah, absolutely. So, folks, to everyone, just know that your city, your police, your fire, your public works, all your elected officials and city administration, we're here for you. Justin and I are here for you. Just reach out to us if there is a need that you have, and we will work on getting you placed with an organization that can help you with whatever need that you have. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. We'll see you all out at the Christmas parade. Hopefully, if you can make it fit your schedule. And our prayers remain with everyone affected by the dangerous storms recently across our region. Have a good one, everyone. We will all talk to you soon. Take care.